Hello from my new van. I am in the middle of getting it together. I am going to build the idea is to build another part of the couch here and put some storage in there, maybe some drawers here, and have a table come out and all this stuff. So right now it's a little chaotic, but it's already so much better. And I scrubbed the walls this morning, and I'm trying to get rid of this cigarette smell. I bought an ozone machine, but learning the electrical is a whole thing. If you know electrical, I'm impressed. It's just I've never had to learn it before. So I think I have a 12-volt battery, but I have an outlet here, and I don't know if that outlet has already become a converter. I don't know. So my brother's gonna help me. Also, where I'm going today, right now I'm in Barcelona, and then I'm going down to a town or city where my family friends are, and I'm gonna stay with them for maybe a night or two, and then I'm gonna start continuing to make my way over to Portugal. But I guess the husband, here comes the car, hopefully this is okay. He's a handyman, so that's great. I'm gonna ask him if he can help me screw some things in, because I don't think that the thing I'm trying to screw into is wood. I think it's plastic. And I'm gonna just get this together more and more. I might wait to paint it until after Portugal, or maybe in Portugal. I bought the paint, so the colors in here so far are white and taupe, kind of this beige color. And gonna get rid of this green that, if you watched the video yesterday, there's green cabinets and stuff, and this freaking mojito recipe backdrop. It's all good. So yeah, it's starting to feel like mine. Yesterday was kind of stressful, just going to the shop and getting all the tools and materials that I need. Not all of them, but a lot of them. New cushions and a mattress, and I had to cut the mattress and make it the right shape, and I was literally carrying it in the rain back upstairs because I tried to cut it in here and it's just too small. And so I brought it upstairs to my cousin's place, my second cousin who I'm staying with, and cut it in there and wrote it out and actually measured it. I'm just a wild animal for trying to freehand cut it when it was in here. That was just absurd. And so I finally cut it, and now it fits, but it kind of smells like memory foam, because I need to wash the cover, because the cover's covered in mud, because there were a few times where the mattress did fall off my back while I was trying to make it inside. And so I'm gonna go to a family friend house a few hours away, stay there, hopefully do some laundry, hopefully get some more work done on the van, some things just shower rod hanging and things like that. And yeah, and then get to Portugal. I think it's really coming together, and it's just wild because this is the life that I wanted for so long. I wanted to travel Europe. I wanted to have an Aussie doodle, a doodle. I wanted to do van life. I wanted to make YouTube videos. It's interesting that I'm just now really allowing myself to do this, and it really comes down to that, allowing yourself to have what you want, because we've been so conditioned to find reasons why we can't have what we want. We think that we need to be somewhere in our life. We need to have everything together. So many people are we want to have kids when we're super financially ready, which I think that you should. But it always seems to end up being that they decide to have the kid and they figure it out along the way. And that's just an example. I don't think you should have kids if you're in a really bad position, but a financial position, I mean. But so that's what I am kind of saying is I was making excuses before, I'll do this when, but the first evidence that I really gave myself of it being okay to take a conscious leap is with my dog Arlo. And so I was going through a breakup, and we had been dating for almost 4 years. We've been living together like that whole time. It felt like a divorce. And so I didn't know where I was going to live because the whole breakup kind of was finalized. Like, we had already been having issues, but like our place went up for sale that we were renting. And so I was single, didn't have a place to live. And I just like really didn't know what I was going to do with my life. And I didn't know if I wanted to stay in Orange County where I was living, because I was living there because he got a job there when we first started dating. And so then I was like, you know what? I've always wanted a dog. Arlo just like appeared when I was like going to a Facebook group for emotional support during the breakup. And I looked, I was like, that's my dog. And so I got him. I had a week left living in that condo before we had to move out. We were broken up but living together still, and I got a puppy, and I didn't know where I was going. I actually was van shopping at that time. And I don't ever have any regrets ever, because everything happens for a reason, exactly how it's meant to, with divine timing. So I was so close to buying this van there, but someone had advised me not to because the cords had been chewed on by rats. But everything else like seemed very, very good. But I look back and I'm like, I'm happy I didn't do it at that time, because now I get to see everything else that happened instead. Like, I deepened so many friendships, because oftentimes when we're in relationships, like at least I had the issue before of like not really investing time in relationships, friendships, I mean, when in a romantic relationship. And I mean, there was COVID, I was like chronically sick, and so was my ex-boyfriend. So like there were reasons why. I think this van was blue before. I'm seeing blue coming out. That's so weird. I'm glad it's not blue. And so then I lived in a beautiful, beautiful home with like a beautiful ocean view, with wonderful roommates who like I loved so much, and still love so much. And so I had all of that because it wasn't the right timing, I guess, for the van then, but that was still a dream of mine. And so sometimes it's like, maybe it's just not the right time for something to happen, but that doesn't mean you have to like give it up. And eventually it might be the right time for it. And so I had like settled into my life, raised Arlo, trained him, deepened my friendships. Like, I felt like I had done everything that I needed to do in California and Orange County. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop denying myself this life of traveling and everything. And I had just quit my job because they asked me to come in every single day to the office and drive to LA once a week, which was 3 hours each way. And like, I was just also like being mistreated, and it was all these things. So I was like, I'm gonna stop half living my life now, and I'm going to just go for everything that I want. Like, what happens if I just go for everything I want? What's the worst that could happen? I fall somewhere in between having most of what I want, half of what I want. Like, there's really not very many risks to be made. I mean, maybe there are, but if you're following what you're truly called to do and have and be, then I believe that the universe supports that and will support you and will move mountains for you. If you say, no, I claim what my soul wants, what I've always been thinking of and desiring. And if you just start moving towards that without doubt and without attachment to how it's going to happen, you just start moving towards that and choosing that and claiming that for yourself, then I believe that things start just falling into place. Like, and it's, you know, it's incredible to witness and to feel the anticipation of even more now coming into play, because it's like a lot of the things that I've wanted now have become true or real, like a van, Europe, all these things. So I'm like, wow, what's next? And like getting into a space of conscious awareness and saying, like, what does my heart want now? I think a lot of that's going to be like where I go and what I create, and you know, I don't know. hopefully a divine partner. But that one kind of, it's up to the universe. It's not like I can really go like shopping like I do for a van. I mean, kind of, you go on dating apps, but I'm not feeling called to the dating apps right now. I had a couple, one was great and another one wasn't so great of dating here, and I just don't think that it's really like my mission right now to be searching and dating. I feel like it's just when you're focusing on being whole and building the life that you've always wanted, then that person will energetically find their way into your life. But like, I was very what's the word, I was very not strategic, I was very strict on this, I don't know the word. I was very strict. No, I don't know. I really had the intention of coming here and not recreating, but deconditioning who I am in order to, you know, number one, have the life that I want and be the full embodiment of the truth of who I am to like my most ability of being so. But then also it's like when I claim that for myself and allow that into my life for myself, then I know everyone and everything that I attract will then be in alignment and in support of me being that person and having that life. I didn't want to, because I've done this in the past where like I was like out of the relationship and I was like, I just need to like call in so many people. And I did that, and a lot of wonderful people came in, but also some people that weren't so aligned with like who I truly wanted to be, but they were more so aligned with who I was in that moment in my life. And so that came to like ending some friendships, but other friendships of course deepened and whatnot. I think that if you can have that conversation of like, actually this is who I am and this is who I'm becoming, and like I just really need you to support that, and if they can't, then maybe it's just not right and meant to be in your life at that time. But yeah, so now being here, I'm like, I want to be the full embodiment of who I am, unapologetically, not people pleasing, not trying to be nice, but you can be kind, they're different, and just really, you know, going for it and then seeing who comes in. No one's really come in yet. I mean, other than like, I met a lot of family here, which has been so cool. I have most of my family's in Europe. My dad's from Ireland. My mom's family's from Switzerland. So a lot of them I'm meeting now, and so that's so wonderful. And I'm just so interested to see like what friends and whatnot I meet on the road and in the different places that I go. But I think that the first few months were really important for like being quiet and like really, like I was saying, deconditioning my old ways and choosing from alignment. And had I like started seriously dating someone or like met the bestie of my entire life and just been busy with a ton of plans, I don't think that I would have been able to really focus in on that. I could have just fallen back into old patterns had I not had that time to be very confrontational with myself. When you're spending time alone in a new foreign environment, when the people don't even speak your language, like you have a lot of time to be like, yo, what's going on in here? What needs to change? What do we need to throw out? How can we make space to allow in the new? Making space, like I came here with a few suitcases to Europe. I sold everything. I deleted a lot of photos and videos. I deleted all my photos of my ex. I thought about it for a long time. I was like, do I want to do this? And I was like, yeah, it doesn't feel good looking at. And I'm never gonna really like look back on those. I don't look back on other ex-boyfriends, and like when I find my husband, like I'm not gonna be like, look what we did, my ex and I, like, you know, on our ski trip. Like I'm not gonna do that. So I was like, I just be gone, and it felt good. So making space, and when you make space, when you close a door, literally the next thing comes right in, whether you can see it yet or not. it's like energetically coming to you. But like when I quit my job, I was like, how am I gonna make money? I literally got a text message like the next day from one of my best friends, and she's like, hey, do you want to do some contract work on a boat in Mexico for a few weeks? And I was like, because I have experience being a yachty, and there's deeper meanings to that. I've talked about that before, but I was like, yes, like I will accept. But also that was the universe being like, are you gonna fall back into old ways? And because working on boats was like not something that I really wanted to do anymore, because it was like so much service, and like the environment got me really sick with the mold, and I just, you know, some people are so wonderful on boats. Like I've met a lot of wonderful people on boats and owners and stuff. So it's not anything about this last boat I was on. I think that the owners were very inspirational, but just like being of service, like, can I get you anything else? It just, I feel like I've outgrown that. It served a purpose in my life for a long time, and like being a server and a bartender and being in customer service, like on a phone, I just didn't want to do it anymore. Like, I need you to cancel my subscription right now. It's like, I feel like my soul has a deeper purpose than dealing with people unhappy about orders. And on the boat, they weren't usually unhappy about anything. They were all very grateful and kind, usually. And so, anyway, make the space, choose what you want, call in people from alignment, be in your truth, and then ask for the people to come in. Be okay letting go of what's not serving you, who's not serving your highest purpose, your highest mission anymore, who's not supporting you and being who you truly are. Just make conscious leaps. Trust yourself. If you really want it, it's for you and you can have it. If the time's not now, the time will come. The time will come, and you'll know when it's ready, or when it's time to act, and it's up to you to decide to do it. No one else can do it for you. It might be scary because staying comfortable is a lot easier than taking the leap and going into the unfamiliar. But what's truly living? And what are you going to be most happy about when you're old, you're looking back on your life? Are you going to be happy that you stayed comfortable, or are you going to be happy that you went after what you want? That's what I was asking myself when I was laying on the bench, one of the pool lawn chair things at my gym. I found a ticket to Italy. I was like, one-way ticket. It's like, when I'm old, am I gonna be happy that I pressed this button? It's the same thing when I pressed the button to pay for Arlo. Same thing when I pressed the button to send the money for this van. It's like, what am I gonna be most proud of myself and happy that I did? Right? So, I hope there was something for you in this message today. And yeah, I'm gonna finish up, get on the road, drive my new van. Okay, I will update you when I'm in the next Spanish town. All right, thank you for being here. Thank you for your support, your love. I feel so seen by you all. It's everything that I wanted to create here, is people who, you know, see eye to eye with me, think like-minded with me, allow me to be who I am and speak about these like out there ideas. Like, this video is not so out there because it's, well, I don't know if it was out there. I don't even know what's out there anymore, because my mom and her friends, when we talk, like, we're talking about like other dimensions and like what we see, like, you know, as we're talking to different beings, and we always work with beings of the highest truth, and like we love Jesus. Like, so spirituality. I love openly talking about spirituality on here with you all, and sharing the travels and the adventure of this human experience, because we are both. We are not just a spiritual being right now. We are a spiritual being having a human experience with a mind, body, soul. And so I love sharing all parts of that with you and connecting with you on that. If you like this video, it supports me a lot if you give it a thumbs up, if you subscribe, and I love seeing your comments. It really, really makes my day. So if you had any experience, have any thoughts that you want to share, please do in the comments. And I will see you tomorrow in our next video.